President Dana White told ESPN on Wednesday that Charles Oliveira will defend his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje. UFC 274 was originally planned to take place in Brazil, but has been moved. The new location has not yet been announced. Gaethje told BT Sport he would have loved fighting in enemy territory.
Hey, all right. I want to go down to Brazil. I want to fight in the chaos. If you go back and listen to my early interviews, I said I wanted to go to the enemy territory like Brazil and fight in that chaos. Them screaming, I'm going to die, 20,000 people. I am 100% confident that when I'm done, they'll love me.
Oliveira is coming off of a huge 2021. In May, he beat Michael Chandler at UFC 262 to win the UFC lightweight title. At UFC 269 in December, he beat Dustin Poirier via submission to defend the belt. Oliveira joined the UFC in 2010 after making his MMA debut in 2008. He is 20-8 with one no contest in the UFC and is on a 10-fight winning streak. Bronx has recorded 18 finishes and 15 submission wins, both UFC records. Gaethje, a World Series of Fighting lightweight champion, made his MMA debut in 2011. All but one of his wins in the UFC have been via some form of knockout. The highlight is coming off a violent affair against Chandler at UFC 268 in November. Gaethje won the fight via unanimous decision. This would not be the first time Gaethje has fought for UFC gold. At UFC 254 in October 2020, he lost to then-champion Khabib Nurmagomedov, which ended up being Khabib's last fight. Oliveira vs. Gaethje would join a rumored UFC light heavyweight title fight between champion Glover Teixeira and Yuri Prochazka. Bronx will face off against the vaunted striker at UFC 274, a card that was initially announced for Brazil, but was shifted to the US due to the pandemic. Oliveira was not thrilled about this relocation, per his coach, Diego Lima. Lima said in an interview, "Definitely, it was a big disappointment. There is no bigger emotion for a champion than to fight in front of their home crowd. From the 29 fights Charles did in the UFC, he fought 6 times in Brazil. Coincidence or not, he won all of them. Fighting with the support of the Brazilian crowd is priceless, at least to a Brazilian fighter." The coach also recalled that Oliveira was the first to fight without the public, doing so at the beginning of the pandemic against Kevin Lee in Brasilia. Bronx would have preferred to be the first to fight in front of a Brazilian crowd again as a local champion, but he understands it's complicated. Lima continued, "Of course, Charles got really sad when he got the news, but we know the difficult moments the world is passing through, all the bureaucracy and politics involved in a decision like that. There's nothing we could do except train harder and fight our best to keep our belt." Coming off an impressive win in the second round against Dustin Poirier, where the champ was criticized for receiving too many blows in the first round. The lightweight title bout is going to be an epic battle, but still, Justin Gaethje has no problem giving credit where credit is due. After branding lightweight champion Charles Oliveira a quitter after he seemingly fell apart in the face of adversity on numerous occasions in his career, the number 1 ranked contender in the division saw a different animal on Saturday night as Bronx dismantled Dustin Poirier to retain his title at UFC 269.
I absolutely loved it. I will give no disrespect to Charles. He is now the undisputed champion, and I cannot wait to fight him. I don't care where or when, but yeah. I saw a competitor tonight. I saw a dog, and I can't wait to break his face. He gets hit a lot, and he better pray and hope for the next however many days until our fight that he takes me down, gets his choke, because if not, we see what happens.
What do you think about this lightweight title match? Drop your official prediction in the comment box. Chimaev has a message for Burns. Khamzat Chimaev has sent a message to Gilbert Burns ahead of their agreed upon but not finalized bout. The rising welterweight star claimed he will choke Burns out, despite the Brazilian being a decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Bors stated during a workout session in a video posted to his YouTube channel, Chimaev explained that he likes Dorino as a person, but that will not prevent him from taking him down once they share the octagon. The Chechen-born Swede had this to say.
I know many times my coach smashed him too in the match, Gilbert. We're gonna choke him out, him for blue belt against the black belt. I like this guy actually. He's so funny, nice guy. I wanna fight with him, but in the war, brother. No, I can't be nice with somebody. I wanna eat everybody.
Borz has warned Dorino that he's in big trouble now that he's arrived in the United States ahead of their proposed welterweight matchup on April 9th. Chimaev wrote on Twitter, "You're in big trouble now, Gilbert Dorino." Chimaev usually trains out of Stockholm's All-Star Training Center alongside the likes of Alexander Gustafsson and Ilir Latifi, but the Chechen-born talent appears to have relocated to the US to prepare for the number 4 ranked welterweight and former UFC title challenger Burns. Burns is looking to earn another welterweight title shot after losing to Usman at UFC 258 via a third-round TKO finish. He most recently defeated Stephen Thompson at UFC 264 in a unanimous decision victory. Burns and Usman were teammates at Sanford MMA before Usman departed to train in Colorado, beginning with his UFC 258 camp. But it appears that Usman returned to Sanford MMA recently and worked with Burns to help him get prepared for Chimaev. During a recent interview with TMZ, Burns revealed that he has sought the counsel of his former teammate, Usman.
Kamaru Usman came a couple of days to help out. I have a lot of guys at the gym giving me a very good look.
Usman has risen to the top of the UFC's pound-for-pound list following 3 straight wins in 2021. He's expected to face Leon Edwards later this year for his next welterweight title defense. Burns is looking to get a rematch with Usman, but it appears the two of them are on good terms as Burns gets ready for his next UFC fight. The welterweight champion recently stated that he was indeed rooting for Burns in this fight. He also said he didn't think a win over Burns should grant Khamzat a title shot.
Well, I mean, this guy hasn't even fought in the top 10. He hasn't even beat anyone there. So, I mean, Covington is still standing in the way. So I think there's still a couple more fights that he has to get through. But like I said, I love to compete. I love to compete. You know, when that fight presents itself, I'll be here to compete.
O'Malley reacts to Masvidal's arrest. UFC bantamweight contender Sean O'Malley has given his thoughts on the recent altercation in Miami between Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington. Masvidal allegedly confronted and assaulted Covington outside of a Miami area restaurant last month. Masvidal was not arrested on the night of the incident, but faces a felony battery charge and a potentially lengthy jail sentence. Covington won the UFC 272 headliner against Masvidal via a unanimous decision after a heated buildup. However, the tension has only risen since fight night. UFC fighters from around the sport have given their thoughts on Masvidal's alleged assault on Covington and whether or not it was warranted. UFC President Dana White hasn't commented publicly on the alleged battery by Masvidal. During a recent podcast appearance, O'Malley weighed in on the Masvidal-Covington incident.
There's a fine line between entertainment and you making it personal, and some people are on different lines. Colby's on the entertainment line. Jorge was on the personal line, and I think Colby was on the personal line too, but I don't know. It's just not a good look for Jorge. People loved it when he did it to Leon.
Masvidal also had a brawl with Leon Edwards after their fights at UFC London event in early 2019. Masvidal was not charged after sucker punching Edwards backstage while in the middle of an interview he was doing with a reporter. What do you think about this Masvidal-Covington altercation outside of a restaurant? Let us know what you think in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.